You are listening to All the Bacon and Eggs podcast on the 72 Entertainment Group Podcast Network.
Dude, my band is roasting me.
Why?
I sent them the link to the website you made for us, and they found my emo picture. So I sent it to the band group chat, and they're just like laugh emoji. Trent said, "This is fantastic." Somebody else laughed at it. For everyone who doesn't know, I'm bald now, and I went through like an emo phase with long black hair parted to the side, and
It was just long in the front.
yes,
It was just long in the front, and I thought it was strange when I first met. And I was like, "All right, whatever, it's cool, I guess."
Yeah.
So, that's
what a way to enter the pod.
Oh man, it's nothing better to enter it with laughter.
See if you can do this right this week.
The last show, I entered it with anger and disdain.
Yes, you did. Well, I'll try to get you there again.
Okay, no. All right, so. Oh, wait a minute. I could do it a little bit better. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I need to take another sip.
You got to get that deep voice for the intro.
No, it's usually a higher timbre than most, but
Hi, everyone.
usually,
Welcome.
But all right, no.
Beautiful.
All right. It is time for all the bacon and eggs. It is me, MMB, along with...
Embarrassed.
So, Embarrassed and I are here in the Leo Pope Studios, located in beautiful, opulent, obscenely gorgeous
Succulent.
Henderson, Nevada.
Do I know what that means? I got to look that up. What does succulent actually mean?
You know what? It's funny you say that because I used to say that in high school. And then my coach, he would be like, because I used to call myself vocab. Well, no, I didn't call myself vocab, but I used to use these large words.
Okay.
And I would always just throw stuff out there, and I was like, oh man, this looks succulent one day. And who, a high school football player saying succulent about a meal?
Oh, I thought it was about another guy lifting weights.
Wow.
Because it is tender, juicy, and tasty. That guy looks succulent over there.
No. Never have those words come out of my mouth.
Not even Brad Pitt in Fight Club?
Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
Legends of the Fall, maybe.
Okay.
But so he I don't know why, but he took a double take and was like, "What did you just say?" It was like he just could not stop laughing. He could not stop laughing. Then he was like, "Spell it." And I was like,
Ooh.
"Oh." And I was like, you know what? That's when I realized that I was only half smart.
Do you remember how to spell it?
No. I mean,
Try it. Go for it.
No.
No, come on, give it a shot. Nope. Okay, I'll try it.
You got it right
S-U. How many C's?
there. 2.
Okay. And then what?
U.
Okay.
L.
Uh-huh.
Continue.
No. L what?
You know what it is.
I don't.
Yeah.
L, what comes after L? E? You think? Dude, you could have just spelled it. You got it right.
I know.
Okay.
I told you.
Okay, vocab. Coming at you from the Leo Pope Studios Vocab and embarrassed.
So,
did you ever have an emo phase?
ooh, yeah. You know what it was? Oddly enough, around the same time.
That I was going through it? I didn't see you with black hair to the side.
And having hair.
I know. I just wish that would have happened. Just a picture of you and I got to Photoshop that now. That would be incredible.
So I had hair when I was in high school, up into my second year of college. Had an afro. I straightened it out. It was long to my shoulders.
Really?
I used to wear a ponytail all the time.
Really?
And it was weird. It was. I don't really have many photos. Now, the reason, the impetus, I think I told the story before here, but the impetus for me to cut my hair and get rid of it was that I was out at school, and one of my friends was he's talking to one of my brothers. He was like, so when I got home, my brother's like, hey, Dejan told me he saw you. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I saw him at the whatever student center or whatever you call it. And he was like, yeah, he couldn't remember your name, but he just said the one with the flats, the sunroof.
Oh no,
the one with the sunroof. And I was like, oh.
With the did you have a cul-de-sac or just
no?
It was like right in the middle.
It was thinning right at the top here at the crown.
So it was like
I had all this hair on the side, but it was just thinning.
It was
right
opposite
here.
of like a friar.
Yeah.
Or was it a friar? No, friar I think is that where it's growing all the way around.
Yeah,
and just
so
nothing in the middle.
it's thinning. It was thinning at the top.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, because Dejan was a little bit taller. I didn't have to worry about it because I was always taller, for the most part. But
he said the one with the sunroof.
and I'll never forget that to this day. And then that later on the day, I went and got some razors, shaving cream. Shut it all, shut it down.
What goes into straightening black people hair? I honestly don't know. Like, do you have to pick it out and then like what do you use to like
you have to perm it.
What does that mean? I don't know.
It's a product that's called perm.
So then you put that in, and then do you have like a straightener or something that you clamp in, or you just put the product in and brush it out?
The product in. It's a chemical that you use, and I think that's a lot of the problems with people hair loss and stuff like that. Because if you don't know how to do it, if it's not done by professionals, you keep it in too long, it starts to damage the hair.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh. So I never did it myself. I've always had somebody do it for me. It's just you put it in there, you leave it in, and it straightens the hair out, but it's a chemical, right?
Yeah.
So I just once I saw that, I was just like, well, I can't do natural anymore. I can't grow my hair out, even though every once in a while I would let it get to a certain point where, like, I think in some pictures. I have hair.
Is it like patchy though, or?
But I would always just, instead of putting product in my hair, I would just put like water and maybe a little gel, and some curls would come. I'll just brush it back the opposite direction. But anyway,
yes, I shaved mine before I started losing my hair.
Why?
I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I hated doing my hair, hated brushing it, hated waking up and having to put anything in it.
You hated doing the girl toss, like putting your hair out your eye.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because I remember where we used
all the
to
time.
Work. It was always that. You're brushing out your face,
dude. All the single ladies.
And then I was just like, oh man. But I mean, and then I realized what you were about, and it never really bothered me. So, because I looked past all that.
Yeah. What was I about? I don't even know.
You're about hard work, man.
Oh, that's good. Until I hurt my back.
You're about hard work and getting stuff. No, you're still about hard work. It's not about all the physical.
Oh, no, I mean at Sears. Sorry. Sears is gone anyways. Anyways, I was about hard work until I hurt my back, and they wouldn't help me pay for it. And then I watched.
It's still here, so be careful.
Okay, well, Sears. Then I watched Price is Right for an hour, and then I watched Let's Make a Deal for an hour. And you guys then put me in a closet saying, hey, I need you to tag like 10,000 shirts. I didn't tag anything. I never tagged anything in there. I just sat there on my phone, did nothing. There's no way. I could barely walk at that point. You were gone. You were long gone.
Oh, yeah. No,
But my back was hurting so bad, and I heard it at work, and they were like, we're not doing anything. You didn't hurt it here. I'm like, yes, I did.
Oh, because you didn't say anything.
I should have said it right away. I know, but I waited. Yeah. I waited a couple months.
They don't take care of you.
No,
they'll find any way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much or how hard you work for them. No, they will not take care of you.
They'll even if you, else.
even if you say something right away, and they'll try to do everything in their power to make sure that it's not their fault.
Yeah, but you see what happened after I left. It went out of business.
Yeah.
That Sears wasn't so grand after I left.
Yeah. You know what was crazy? I mean, this is, whatever. But when I first went to that place, it was before the parking lot was even paved or poured in. Okay. It was an empty big building, and then to get it to where it was at, and it was thriving, it was amazing for a time. And then it just...
Did you see it? Did you? So I went when they were having the closing sales.
No.
And it was raining. And they had buckets capturing water all throughout the store. Yeah. It was one of the saddest experiences of my life. Because I had some good memories there and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I had a lot of good memories there.
Okay. I had a lot of good memories with dropping stuff and then giving it out to the customers, and they'd open the box and it'd be dented. And
I had seeing all of that stuff be put together, riding on those machines.
The machines were fun.
Those remember we used to call the Cadillac the one.
Dude, I hit so many of those shelving bars. All this just
I never forget when somebody just completely destroyed the doors. Because they didn't know how to drive it right.
So the Cadillac is basically this machine you drive down. What is it? Probably it has to be at least 6 foot wide to get this thing through, and it's a lift, and you stand on the back of it, and it goes up 3 stories.
And it could be a forklift, or we could put a shelf on it. You could take that platform off.
Yeah.
But we used to just go up there, strap ourselves on, because we had a 3-tier warehouse, and we would put water heaters up top for some reason.
Yep.
And then stack them 3 high. So we had to get the Cadillac to go get it.
Like a fridge way up.
And then if you were weak, you couldn't move the stuff. So you had to take somebody up there with you.
Can you imagine, dude? They just said, hey, anybody off the streets, we're going to pay you $7 an hour, and you get to drive this machine.
We had... When we first started, I was one of the managers, and it was a ragtag group of people. Yeah, and then you came late.
I was 6 months after
the initial. Yeah. You were part of that to help get us going.
There were some funny people, man. There are some funny people that came in. I caught this dude. I caught this dude sleeping on the forklift almost every day, just napping every day. We get down with the truck, and he'd be like, "I'm done." And I'm like, what do you mean you're done? We got to unbox all this stuff and tag and do whatever else we do. And he'd go over there and just fall asleep for hours. And I'd be like, whatever, I ain't the manager. Whatever you want to do, dude.
Yeah, it got really bad. It got really bad. And this is what happens. And I'm not trying to be like, whatever, how you feel about corporations, stuff like that, and mergers. But when you got an established company that had been around for hundreds of years.
It was a while.
It was a lot. It was a long time. Yeah. I don't want to say hundreds, but it couldn't have been maybe close to 100 years. And then a hedge fund buys
1892 or 1892.
So yeah,
100 years. Years over.
Yeah, over 100 years. It was shocking because this hedge fund first bought Kmart, which Kmart out here is It's like it was like, 'cause that doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore either. It was like a well, how would you, like a small like the predecessor to Walmart, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know how Walmart has its only competitor in Target. Well, there was Kmart and there was Montgomery Ward's. And Montgomery Ward's was like a Sears competitor. So
Sort of like JCPenney.
it was the same. They had appliances and stuff too. It was a department store, but Kmart was like a discount store where you can go and get all types of different things. But he bought Kmart, and then he came and bought Sears, and I was like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
How is that possible when you?
Why? Well, and at this point, Kmart was definitely on the downward. And it's
Definitely.
like, why are we merging two companies that are? Sears at that point was not like screaming downhill.
No.
But they were definitely on the back
Yeah,
hill, you
yeah.
know, and Kmart was like down in the pit.
They were like doing that. Oh, like I'm about to fall.
Yeah.
And then here he comes with there you go.
Yep.
And it's over. But I'll never forget that. I was still there when that merger happened.
Right.
And we had to box up brands because they didn't want to be associated with that particular with Kmart.
How many Sears do you think there's left in the United States?
20.
There's 11. 11 left. Yeah.
I was gonna say 13 initially.
You knew things were getting bad too when because when I first started working there, the Christmas parties and like Thanksgiving, like that was a big to do, and then all of a sudden it was like there's nothing.
Potluck.
Yeah.
in the
Oh
break
yeah.
room.
Yeah. Bring your own, and then like nobody bring. Then after you left, nobody brought anything, and it was just like sad. It was so sad. Like on Christmas or Thanksgiving or any of. I mean, those were the two big ones when people would bring food. Like we'd have like parties and stuff. But after that, it was just like a ghost town, man. It sucked. It really did. I had a lot of fun there.
I did too.
Yeah. Using that compactor, ooh, that was fun.
The compactor, driving around in those machines, just having my lay of the land.
The best part, dude, was when you got to drive one of those machines on the floor. Yeah. What do we call that little one? Was it the cherry picker? Is that what it was? What was the little one? Is that the cherry picker? Yeah, that one was cool. That kind of reminded me of like a Halo, ghost almost.
Yeah. No, it was so much fun.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
What just happened? That's awesome, but that's
Please
not,
tell me somebody joined the Discord.
No.
No?
No.
You know what it was? That was incredible timing.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah. So
If you're listening to this, please tell us like some of the weirder jobs you've had.
I mean, it would be great to comment. Just go to 72 Entertainment Group on YouTube. And that's where you can find us. Or you can go to 72 or 7entgroup.com and check us out there.
Right.
But anyway, so we have a ongoing issue that I hope has been resolved this week.
All right.
I hope that you were able to make us whole. Embarrassing or embarrassed.
Well, I sent you a text.
But it was not completed.
All right. So my really only time to watch things is when I'm donating plasma. I have like about an hour window, so I have a couple hours each week.
Yeah.
I rented the movie on Monday.
All right.
Watched about 45 to 50 minutes of it. Went to watch it this morning, and the rental was gone. And I'm not paying another $4 to watch the end of it. So I don't know what you want to do.
I know exactly what we're going to do.
You're going to donate? Okay, if you want to donate, sell me.
I know exactly what we're going to do. See, this is what I'm talking about.
No, it's not my fault. It's theirs. No. You have 48 hours to watch it. I was back before the 48 hours. So do we want to call Amazon? Get them on the phone?
Yeah, let's get them on the phone. No, I have You say 45 minutes?
50, probably 50.
50 minutes.
Yeah,
So what was that? What's left? 40 minutes?
probably.
Yeah, give or take. Because you said it was an hour and 90 minutes, right?
I think so. Yeah. So we can partly talk about the other movies I've watched over the last 3 weeks. Yeah,
Nope.
yes, it's not my fault.
Nope.
I went to watch it this morning and finish it.
Nope. No.
And I watched a really interesting one like the other day. It was really short.
You know, I've purposely have not watched any movies.
You haven't watched any movies.
No, I have not. I have not.
Name one you haven't watched.
I haven't watched any movies.
Name one.
I haven't. I haven't watched any movies. I've been watching. What show did I watch?
Last Airbender.
Game of Thrones.
You watching that one?
Yep. Rewatching it. Rewatching the show.
Do you go all the way to the 8th season, or you stop there?
No, I go all the way, but I haven't gotten there yet. So
What season are you on?
I am on. Season 2.
Okay, so you're close.
Yeah, so it's just a long way to go.
Yeah, it is. And you're just doing this to watch it with certain people?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do they like it so far?
From what I heard, yes. Certain person is also a huge fan. So shout out to Smurf and
What
everything.
up? Yo. You don't have like an applause or anything?
Oh yeah.
He's got to open his. I can see the reflection in his glasses.
Okay, you know.
He only wears those for aesthetics, though. For all the ladies.
Really?
Oh man, have you ever met Trent? You've met Trent, right? No,
Of course.
I don't know. I don't know because you came in like kind of like the Dan phase
No.
of the band. You came in with Trent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I was there the original, or I don't want to say the original, but it was a large Hispanic drummer, Trent.
Mm-hmm. And like a really old bass player.
Yep,
Yeah, that's the original guys.
yep,
Look at you.
yep. I remember, and then Dan came after, and then it was
Oliver.
Oliver. Oliver was there.
Oliver
Nate.
had that sick fro.
He had the sick fro.
Ryan. Ryan.
But it was another Ryan. Yeah. And then it was another.
And then we tried that girl out. Were you there for that?
Oh, I got the footage.
Yeah. No, did you? You didn't post that one?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that was a bad idea, dude. That was a big show too.
It was huge.
That was opening for Stick to Your Guns, which Stick to Your Guns is playing here on Sunday. So this comes out before then.
And I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, because what was it? It was not that anybody cares, but you and I care. Oliver, I think, was like leaving or something, and we needed to find a drummer.
Yeah, because she, you know.
That was a bad idea.
I don't.
Why'd you let us do that?
I don't know. I thought it would. I thought it would have been good if she was good and have a kick-ass girl drummer.
Yeah, it would be cool.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, well, but what was it that got her to the stage though? Like, how did she pass?
I don't know,
Because I thought what I saw in practice was good.
but it wasn't good in the show.
In the show, it was god awful.
Maybe just nerves, but I
It
mean,
must have been nerves.
I don't know how we met her or how that came about, but it just didn't work out. Yeah, because I'm down for pretty much anybody. You know, like
no.
I was like, hey, we can do like a Scott Pilgrim drummer here and rock it, you know. But
Scott Pilgrim.
1, 2, 3, we
are Sex Mama. Oh man, that movie. It's something about that movie every once in a while, and you watch it, it's just like, all right.
It's so incredibly creative.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it is over the top, but it's done in a good way. And if you're a fan of comics, a lot of people, if they're not a fan.
If you're a fan of laughter, and good movies, this should be right up people's alleys.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Do you think Taylor Swift would like Scott Pilgrim? 'Cause I got to be honest, she looks kind of like a wet blanket. What do you think Taylor Swift, like her favorite movie of all time is?
50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
You wanted to go there.
Well, I didn't want to go there. I was thinking of a Disney movie.
Nah, Scott Pilgrim's not a Disney movie.
50 Shades of Grey.
Heard story.
There's your title. Taylor Swift's favorite movie is 50 Shades of
No,
Grey. Yes,
no,
please.
not
You
true.
have to do it now.
Nope.
You have to.
Nope. Nope.
With her, though, it'd be 50 Shades whiter.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the movie. I don't know what people's movies are. Some people still like Howard the Duck. So,
What about Tank Girl?
Tank Girl was okay. No, you know what? No, I liked Lori Petty, and I thought that she was interesting. I liked her in League of Their Own, and she did some other stuff where she wasn't the main character. Tank Girl was too much Lori Petty. And what was that?
That was your phone.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was not my
Absolutely, it was.
phone. Yeah, well. Tank Girl was too much Lori Petty.
I'll stop on League of Their Own every time if it's on TV and just watch it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. And they tried to do a TV show, but I didn't want to watch it.
No, you can't. You
I
can't.
didn't want to watch it.
What do you think about the next Joker being a musical?
I didn't hear about that. That sounds...
So I got fresh thoughts then because I've had time to think this over, but because Lady Gaga's going to be in it with Joaquin Phoenix.
Wait, he's going to be in it?
No, I don't know who's that guy that plays him. I thought it was Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah. It's just Joker 2, but it's a musical.
Oh, no. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. It just depends on how they do it. So Star Trek did a musical series, and
That can't be good.
it was good.
What?
I enjoyed it.
No way.
I enjoyed it. You want to know why? It was because if you
Star
sit
Trek the
there-
musical.
you sat down and you wanted to watch a Star Trek episode, right? And I didn't know what was going to go on, and it's just like, wait a minute, is this going to be a musical episode? And so many thoughts went into my head, like, should I turn it off right now? Should I turn it off right now? Because this is going to be bad. It's going to be, I didn't want to see this. I didn't sign up for this. But after I let it run for a little bit, I was like, okay.
Was it William Shatner?
Let's see what they're going to know, where they're going to go. William Shatner's 90-some years old. He's not doing a musical.
No, I thought it was like back in the day. This wasn't like a back
No.
in the day.
No. This is a newer one. A newer
Like off the Picard?
No.
When is this?
It takes place before the William Shatner series.
I'd love to hear have you ever heard William Shatner sing?
Yeah.
What does he sound like? Does he sound like he talks?
He talks. He just talks. He did Rocket Man.
So it's like poetry kind of?
Yeah. So, Strange New Worlds. Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
New World.
So, it was an amazing episode.
And it was only one episode where they did it? And did they ever break the fourth wall and like be like, why are we singing?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It was because of they went into this cloud and this particular alien group.
Okay.
That's the only way that they communicated was through song. So people got infected with these songs.
Can you imagine?
Hear Spock sing? Not Leonard Nimoy, but the character Spock is in the series as well.
Can you imagine the writer pitching this idea? Like, hey, so this episode, everybody's going to start singing. And there's like, what?
I know people were like, wait, what is going on? Like, this is a sci-fi show about, space ships.
Who is the captain?
Captain Christopher Pike.
Oh, okay.
And he is probably my favorite captain right now.
Is he a good singer?
I don't know if they use their real voices. It sounded like they did, but a lot of processing.
Yeah.
Like I went in and I don't think I have it anymore, but we were doing some work on in the studio, and my engineer Classic, he was like, "Hey, I can figure out how to do auto tune," and I was like, "All right." So I tried it. It didn't quite work out, but you could tell that you can do a lot of stuff with computers now.
Oh, for sure.
Where your voice sounds completely different.
You
But you can still hear my voice in this, and so yeah.
Trying to look this up. I want to see more about this Star Trek singing episode, but
Yes, it's in season 2, and it's a really really good show. And I liked Star Trek doing Star Trek stuff because for a while Seth MacFarlane, who did Family Guy, American Dad, and some other failed shows, and he did Ted 2. And what was it? A Million Ways to Die in the West.
yeah.
So, he had a show called The Orville.
That's not on anymore?
It's on. I think it's on Hulu. I don't know if they're going to continue to do it because after Disney bought them.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good show about space.
Was it more of a parody?
No, and that's what people thought it was, but it was not. It was actually some good Trek.
It's kind of like the Zack Snyder coming out with the quote unquote Star Wars movie on Netflix next year. You didn't see that?
What?
So Zack Snyder wanted to do a Star Wars movie for like ever, and pitched it to Disney or whoever, and they basically said no. And so he's releasing a Netflix movie, and it's basically Star Wars, but it's not. Actually, the trailer looks really cool. And with Zack Snyder, it's hit or miss. Like, it could be really, really cool and really fun, or it could be terrible. But the trailer looks really cool. Looks super cool.
I don't know if I want to see a Zack Snyder Star Wars.
Well, I don't want to see a Disney Star Wars, so I'm looking more forward to this.
I'm more inclined to see Disney if Dave Filoni is doing it.
Ooh, Filoni.
Dave Filoni is in charge, then I'll be more inclined to see it because he was kind of George Lucas's protege.
Yeah.
And he helped create some really cool stuff. Granted,
I'm telling you, just watch this trailer when you get a chance, and it's pretty cool.
When they started talking about the Clone Wars and all this animated stuff, I really wasn't there for that.
It's a lot to take in. Like my wife's watching Ahsoka, and I just haven't had the time to do it. And she's like, "Man, I wish I could have watched all the animated stuff, but it's just too much."
It is too much. And I tried to watch the Clone Wars to kind of catch up. It's way too much. Yeah. I couldn't do it. And, not to say that it was bad or anything. There's a lot of stuff that's become canon now.
Yeah. That
you want to see, and a lot of characters that have come in, and Cad Bane, a lot of cool stuff. Especially Ahsoka, because she was only in the comics. The cartoon.
Yeah.
Animated movie, and then the series. And that's my thought. My thought process is like, we talked about Game of Thrones earlier, and it's like you watch it even though you know how the ending is. And when you watch these shows that happen like in different timeline, or not, in different parts of time. So, for example, no spoilers here. Obviously, Star Wars has been out for years, but there's no mention of Ahsoka Tano ever.
Right.
In any of the Star Wars movies. So if you only watch the movies, you will have no idea who this person is.
Right, yeah.
And The Mandalorian, nothing. The people in Andor now, they had a movie. The Andor had a movie. So that makes, okay, I can see that. That makes sense. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he had a movie.
Yeah.
The show was terrible.
Yes.
But he had a movie. He was in the movies. It ties into a lot of the stuff.
So if it was up to you, you'd only take characters that have actually been in the movies?
If you're going to do this kind of stuff, now, don't get me wrong, if it's done right, which I think they are doing better with Ahsoka Tano than any other thing yet, but it's like when you do too much of the same, like Marvel does. They have the shows, and then it starts to tie into the movies, and all that stuff seemed to be integrated, but it was integrated seamlessly.
Yeah.
This stuff, you're trying to retrofit stuff.
Yeah.
And take it back, and you're trying to put things in and make it fit when it didn't. You know, like the whole Darth Vader reveal when Obi-Wan says, "I knew your father. I fought with him in the Clone Wars."
He was, well, who?
You know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, Anakin Skywalker, and then they had to go and do the whole thing. I don't know if that was.
They're the same?
Oh gosh.
Thanks a lot.
Oh gosh.
You said
I'm your father. I'm your father.
I think we should do an entire episode of singing.
I'm your father. I'm your father. I'm your father. We got Death Star.
Did you see when they had Marshawn Lynch doing the voiceover for Darth Vader?
No.
That's good. That's funny.
No, I didn't see that. No.
You get it. Okay, that's watch the trailer for Zack Snyder and watch the Marshawn Lynch thing.
You've never heard the Star Wars rap?
No, I've only seen the bad lip reading of "I'm a Backpack Now" or whatever.
No,
it's a great song.
There is a I'll play a little bit. And I give it credit to whoever it was as I'm playing on YouTube.
Credit it.
I'm gonna have to, because now I want to hear it, because it's not gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the show, and I can't.
Maybe for the rest of the time.
No, it won't be the rest of the time, because maybe it's that good.
It's okay.
It's that good.
We'll see, yeah.
I'll
be the judge of this.
Let me see. If it's the first thing that comes up, I don't know if it is. I think it is here, right here.
Is it going to play through our headphones?
All right, so we're going to go back.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
I can, yeah. We got production now.
I invested a lot in this.
It's not the east or the west side. No, it's not. It's not the north or the south side. No, it's not.
Oh, boy.
It's the dark side. You are correct. Get from the empire to all you beta haters out there. We'll blow your planet up.
What does thy bidding, my master?
It's a disaster. Skywalker, we're after.
What if he can be turned to the dark side?
Yes, keep me a powerful ally.
Okay.
It's not bad, actually.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Join us or die. We got Death Star. We got Death Star.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
That's something else.
Okay. So it's called Star Wars Gangster Rap Original on YouTube, Protron Culture.
Okay.
That's where I got that from. If anybody wants to
How
go
old
check
is
it
that?
out. Ooh. 14 years ago.
Wow.
14
Really?
years ago. Crazy.
Yeah. Has he made anything else like as far as Star Wars not related?
I have no idea.
Wow.
I'm not going.
That's pretty good, actually.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right. So, but in none of this, in any of this stuff, and it's really, and anytime you can go back and do something and retrofit stuff and make it work, I applaud it. I think it's cool. But it is also, we got to think about it as well. It's a creative thing.
Yeah.
You cannot just, and it's up to the creator to fulfill their vision of how it should go. Mm-hmm. Influences or not, like I know that the 501st was something created by fans, and then they included them into this. They become canon now.
Yeah.
That's awesome, right? That's awesome, and that really gets you invested in the community and in the product and things like that. But you also have to understand it's the vision of the creator.
Right.
Now, sometimes the creator wants to destroy their own creation. And they have a vision for it that you may not like, but it's their product and it's their creation and their vision. I just, we all got mad in the Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
We all got for the most part, everybody got mad.
It's probably what united the country.
No, maybe. you know, we all were upset at the Eternals because it was garbage.
Right. We all hate Taylor Swift.
Correct. And RoboCop 3 was an abomination.
Wait, which one? The brand new one?
No,
that one's good.
No, RoboCop 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one sucks. The new one's good though.
RoboCop 3 is when they changed it because RoboCop was always an R-rated film. RoboCop 2 R-rated film. RoboCop 3 PG.
PG.
And a different character actor, and it was just a mess.
Wait,
right?
you said PG?
Yeah, parental guidance.
They went from R to PG? Because, I mean, at least the new one was PG-13.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think it was PG-13, but still, it's different, and it's not the same. So
It's like making a Mortal Kombat movie in PG-13.
they did do it.
I know.
Oh my gosh, those movies. The first one was okay. The second one was
The second one's in my top 5 all-time worst movie list.
oh my goodness.
It's so bad.
Oh,
Were they trying to make it so bad that it was good? Like,
no, I don't know what that. It was the budget. They like everybody left, and it was just like next man up type of mentality.
Yeah.
So you got a person who's never directed before. The person under him took over this. And
you have a company that's never done special effects before.
It was-
It'd be like you and I making the movie. You and I could have made that movie.
We could have.
Yeah.
We could have.
We should try. We should do Mortal Kombat 3. Oh, wait, there has been one. Mortal Kombat. Wait, was the new Mortal Kombat, was that a reboot? Or was that
It was a reboot.
Okay, so we had to do Mortal Kombat 2
And
off
then
that
do
one.
some weird new character with a golden vest.
Yeah.
It was good. It was okay.
Yeah, it was fine. It was,
I mean, it
was
wasn't-
serviceable.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Jimmy Garoppolo. Like he's just it's just okay, you know. It's just there. They got the win the other day, though.
So disgusted with that. But anyway. Oh, wait. I can't remember.
What?
Jimmy Garoppolo. He didn't get hurt this last game, right?
No. Whoa, wait. No, he didn't. Now that I'm thinking, I watched the entire game because I live with Packers fans.
You live with Packers fans?
I do. I live with Packers.
So we were out. Me and my brother and my cousin, we were out walking, and so my brother and I are Packers fan, and our cousin's a Broncos fan.
You're a Packers fan?
No, we're Raiders fans.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay. So, but there's a lot of Packer fans running around.
Yeah.
Because the game was here. So
You can tell Packers fan just by looking at them.
and we saw one in the store, and we were like, "Go Raiders!" And he was like, "Oh yeah," you know, he was cool. And then my cousin was like, "Oh yeah, go Broncos!" It was like, oh, "I'm sorry." It's like, no, he was like, "No, what he exactly said?" He was like, "Okay, like really?"
I would have just looked at him and be like, "That's dumb."
It's just like really.
Was
no.
he in like overalls? Just came from farming. This guy,
No.
pitchfork in hand.
No, but he was a large fellow.
Okay.
He was a large fellow.
Was he a white guy?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
a large fellow.
That's what my family that I live with. They're all watching the game. We're like, oh, you can tell that's a Packers fan. You can tell, and then they showed this Hispanic dude that was a Packers fan. We're like, where'd he come from?
You remember who else is a Packer fan?
Who?
That we both know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Your favorite boss. I'm still friends with him on Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. But that was an interesting game. That was.
Yeah, it was interesting. But anyway.
I think I got my Raiders swag on today.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, look at
You
that.
gotta represent. Oh,
Yeah,
I got that same shirt. I
Yeah,
think.
$5 at Ross.
Okay.
Dude, they had 40 of these shirts, $5 each at Ross.
You didn't have to say that.
It was incredible. Oh, you got the same one?
You didn't have to say that.
Okay, ladies, you see how much he has on spend on clothes and merchandise.
Okay. You didn't not because I never got it at Ross. That's what I'm pissed off
You
about.
probably got the one that I got the one that nobody bought.
I got the shirt. I mean, you know what? Honestly, I think that one was a gift. It looks similar, but you know, as long
Probably.
as it's Raider gear, who cares?
Probably
As
$5.
long as it's real Raider gear.
That's how much you're worth to that person. Is $5 at Ross.
Yeah. So, no, I'm worth the world to that person
Oh, okay.
because it's my mom.
No jokes.
Exactly. So the Raider, I mean, being down, so going down on the Strip in your early 40s.
Or late 30s, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
Because some of us are in their 30s.
Going down, so, you know, whenever family's in town, you know, it's like, okay, this is the first time, because they didn't have, you know, their families with them, that they stayed here with me. And it was like, all right, cool.
That's why your house is clean?
Why?
Because your family was here?
There's no better reason to do it.
I know. It looks great. I mean, not that your house is like trashed, but you had all those
The
boxes
Amazon
and
boxes
stuff at the front. Yeah.
So anyway, they were staying here, and they're like, okay, well, you know, let's go. We're gonna go down to the Strip, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's everybody. That's every Las Vegas resident.
every time.
Please no.
Now, and it's not because I don't like walking the Strip or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be in a certain mood, and if you're going down to the Strip, like I will occasionally go down to the Strip, and I will go to one spot, and I will just hang out, and I'll spend a couple hours there, and then I will go home.
Do you want to tell the audience where that is so they can come hang out with you?
I'm
I'm just joking. You don't have to tell them. You're the one psycho person that listens.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a huge fan.
Although, how do they? I mean, I guess we've described you well enough. They probably could pick you out. I don't know, but they don't really know what you look like.
I mean, and plus I don't talk because I'm going there by myself, so you wouldn't hear my voice
That's
at
true.
all. So
he's the only black guy with red hair. So just look for that guy.
excuse me, it's blue. Okay. All right. Sky blue.
North Carolina.
So yeah, and I'm like, the thought of that, of like walking and just, because he's like, oh, okay, you got to be the tour guide. I'm like, what?
Man,
Like,
it was warmer too. This has been a little warmer too.
And I was just like, okay, so I have a bad toe, and I had my back has been bothering me.
You got bit by like something.
I got bit by something. I don't feel 100%.
Right. What would you say you were at? Like
I was
60%?
I was at a good 45%.
45. Wow.
Good 45%. And I go down there, and at first it was like, okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna have because my cousin's like, hey, I just want to do all you can eat crabs.
Okay.
All you can eat crab legs.
Down
I'm
for
like,
that.
Cool.
Down for that.
All right. I don't like crabs.
You don't?
No, I do not like crab legs. This is my whole theory.
It's too bad.
It's like, it's like crab legs and fajitas. Okay, why am I doing all the work? Why?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finish the food. Finish the meal for me.
Just give me the crab meat.
Just give me the crab meat. Why am I cracking it open and I'm doing all? Oh my god! I gotta have an instrument now.
Dude, they're sharp too. Those crab legs are sharp.
And I'm like, I'm not doing all this for a little sliver of meat. And I'm like,
They weren't like the big legs.
they were. Well, first of all, it was plentiful.
Okay. Well, that's good.
It was an amazing little adventure.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to the Bellagio buffet.
Okay.
The Bellagio buffet. If I was to say anything now, we were going to go to the Bacchanal.
Okay.
That's in Caesars. This is all. I mean, if you're traveling to Vegas or whatever, I'm just giving you tips. So Bacchanal, you have to reserve in advance.
Okay.
And we tried to walk up to it. They were like, nope, no walk-ins, all reservations. I'm like, okay.
All right.
So the concierge said, hey, Bellagio is going to be your next best thing. We can't get in the wind because that's the other one that I would have gone to.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And then, so he's like, the Bellagio is the next best thing. I'm like, all right, cool. And we went there, all you can eat. I mean, they had some amazing tacos. The turkey was actually succulent.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Turkey, some mashed potatoes.
It brought you back to that high school gym lifting days.
And some shrimp. I just went in there and had a ball and ate way too much of this. But it wasn't like I ate a whole bunch of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like I stopped eating. But I did eat some things they had chicken tacos, street tacos. It was like, what at a buffet?
That sounds good.
It was amazing.
What does it cost to get into the buffet? Like, what's
That buffet? That particular buffet was $80.
Dang.
That was $80, and you had to get there. So we lined up at about 4:30, and it opened because it opened at 5, and it at 5 o'clock it was out the door. People waiting to get into this buffet.
So for $80, it's worth it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking about every week, but if you're going to go to a buffet, that's one of the ones that I would suggest.
I just got a free Golden Corral for my birthday, so I'm hitting that up pretty soon.
So I mean, hey,
$13.99 for lunch, baby.
Golden Corral. I mean, hey, when you're hungry, it works. So, but I was just like, it's great. But then after that, I went to a nice little lounge and we had a drink. I was able to smoke a cigar.
So it's you, your brother, another cousin,
and then they're here for a wedding that I wasn't going to.
Okay.
So then the rest, like some other cousins came.
All right.
Things like that, so we had to meet them up.
Are you not cool with that side, or
No, I am.
okay?
But it's a whole thing.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
Whole to do.
Yeah, it's a whole to do. But it's it's all of course it's all love. I love all of them, and I had a really good time. It's just that it was physically taxing on me.
Right. So you guys went to the buffet and then to a lounge.
So just the three of us were at the buffet and then the
Okay.
lounge. Then they started to meet up with other people because we liked the buffet so much that we told our other cousins to go to the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
So we hung out, and after the buffet, like when you're in your 40s, that's the main event.
That's nap time too.
Yeah, it's the main event. It's like, okay, all right, it's time to make some decisions.
How old is your brother and your cousin?
One is almost 50, and the other one is 44.
And do they feel the same way you do, or are they ready to rock and roll?
No, they felt the same way that I did, but they don't have all the physical ailments that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying ailments, but just that it was some hindrance on my
yeah,
part
yeah.
that they don't have.
They
right?
should have been pushing you around in like a wheelchairs.
Pretty much. Pretty much,
So after you have at the buffet and you go to the lounge, you're probably what, like at 30% at this point, or
No. I'm still hanging in at 45.
Okay.
And I'm actually recharging the battery.
Oh, okay, good.
Because I enjoy
So you're
having
47.
I enjoy having a nice drink and having a cigar. And
Okay.
and on the way back, we did get some. We had to get Pepto. It's just like,
Oh, gosh.
It's just like once you are at a certain age, you gotta have the Pepto ready.
you guys are at the buffet eating a bunch of food, chasing it down with Tums. And
You know what I mean? You got to have the antacids ready. You have to have it. I mean, once you're at a certain age, it's like, okay, you're not looking for girls. You're looking for the bathroom and Pepto. You know what I mean?
What time was this? You guys like, oh, it's 8. I'm tired.
It was around 8 o'clock. So then we had to go, and I'm like, all right. And you know how you're familiar with the Strip. You got the Bellagio.
Yeah.
You got Caesars. You got the Flamingo, and now the Horseshoe, all in that one corner.
Is there a flamingo still there?
Flamingo's still there. The Bally's is not. The
Okay, yeah,
Bally's
that's
is
what's
turned
going.
into the Horseshoe.
Okay.
So we're walking around like, and one of the cousins wants to get one of those daiquiri things. So I'm like, all right. And I just, okay.
Is it like one of those big long?
Yeah, one of those big
yeah.
long tube things.
Does it
it's full of sugar.
Does it?
and all
Does
that
it?
stuff.
Does it? Is it the one where you put it like around your neck? Like it has
you
like a necklace
get
kind
it.
of.
You can get that one, but we make the move. We're on the move. We're all together. All right, where we got to go? Oh, and then Bellagio. There's this garden. It's a beautiful garden that with flowers and stuff like that. So that's something. And it's free.
Yeah,
You
that's
just walk around.
that's standard. That's I recommend that always.
Yeah, it's beautiful. If you want to walk around,
Do they have? Because I know they're setting up for F1. Is it look different down there right now?
Yes, on that side of the Bellagio is where the fountains are.
Yeah.
It's blocked off because they're putting up temporary stanchions.
So you can't see the fountains from the street. That's so weird.
No, it is. It was really weird, and it was annoying because we were trying to again, trying to figure out where to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, so, and we got to walk. And
People don't realize how far the walk is.
And at this point, I'm 8 Advil in for
And
the
some
day,
Pepto.
right? And some Pepto. And I am struggling. And I mean, it's like the pain, the discomfort, everything that's going on as I'm walking.
And you're walking away from your vehicle at this point?
Yes. Yes. So we walk, and then we end up going down to the Flamingo, which is an older hotel.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find, because I'm sweating, I'm just trying to get comfortable and like make myself comfortable.
You're like, just leave me here on this bench and come back, please, please.
Like I will just put me in your ear. I will navigate through and not even know.
If I die right now, I will be fine.
You know, just I can talk you through the strip without seeing where I'm going.
FaceTime.
I am good. Just leave me here. You know, I would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, because it was probably close to 90 that day.
It was.
And so even at night here, people don't realize, like, the heat just kind of stays. Like, it doesn't just disappear as soon as the sun goes down. It's still 85 degrees at night.
It was. And, you know, and Vegas is so, like, the energy in certain places I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you go to the Flamingo.
And then energies in other places is like, it's just not for me. And
that's how I feel about Fremont Street, dude.
And Fremont is a whole different animal, but I don't think it's as seedy some places. Like, you know, Vegas for a long time when we first came out here, or when I first moved out here, you know, you go down to the Strip and it would be like these people with these cards and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It is not as bad as that, but there have scantily clad women that run up to you like, oh, take a picture.
Yeah, and
that's a scam.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Do not do that because they literally will beat you up if you don't pay them.
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm like, you know, and when I'm focused, and then when I'm focusing in pain, I don't see anything else but what I'm trying to get to. I don't see anything, so I don't care. And I'm just like, look, where we want to go. Okay, we're going to go.
What was
here.
the end goal?
I still don't know to this day.
Your family's still down there walking?
I still have no idea because this is what they would tell me. Okay, we want to do this. And I'm like, all right. So I make a decision. They're like, no. We want to go here now.
Oh,
like,
my gosh.
And this is like, whoa. Oh. So there was 2 people that wanted to get some drinks, right? One of them had never been to Vegas as an adult.
Okay.
So we all are we're at the Link, and the Link is in between the Flamingo and the Link Hotel.
That's a cool little area down there.
It really is. Yeah. They have like a lot of cool stuff. It leads up to the High Roller.
Yeah,
it has a lot of cool restaurants and bars.
I don't know if you've ever seen a show at the Brooklyn Bowl, but that's an incredible venue. They have bowling lanes where you can rent out bowling lanes, and then you're literally like right next to the stage while bands are performing.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. So if you have an artist like that you want to see and they're there, go do it.
Okay, I'll check that out. I thought it was cool. Like they have all the interesting restaurants, stuff like that. It's like a little open airway.
Yeah.
So some of the group wanted to go get candy. Other ones were like, well, we want to get some drinks. So
Candy's
I'm just like,
always
look, like you guys want to get drinks. You wanted to go to Margaritaville. So Margaritaville's right up here. Let's just go. And I just left. Like, we're going to go get you some drinks. And
so you've had enough of whatever's happening at this point.
I had enough. And I'm just like, I mean, I was joking at first about being a tour guide. And then I just started taking it serious. Like, okay, so we're going to go here, here, and here.
Yeah, it sounded like they needed a leader.
And I had to do that. And then
how'd they take that?
It was funny. I mean, I wasn't mean or anything, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Is your family as tall as you?
No,
you're the tallest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
just a bunch of like 6'3", 6'4" people just walking around lost. One's limping and
one is limping, walking around, but. It was fun, and actually it was a lot of fun. Sometimes it's about the journey and not the destination. So yeah, I really did enjoy it. But to be in so much pain and have to go like and then something. And then another thing about Vegas is that they have all these escalators, elevators, and stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I'm not walking. We literally, me and my cousin, had to stop. I was okay. I was all right. I could have kept going. But my cousin, he had to stop. And I was like, all right, I'll stop with you. Because he was the smallest in the group. And he's also the oldest. But anyway.
Why do you have to stop?
It was just too much.
Just done?
It was just too much. It was just too much for him.
Because you had the buffet, the lounge, and then you were walking.
Everything, and then and we got to climb all these stairs. There's like 3 flights of stairs you got to climb up to get to one of those bridges to go across.
Right, yeah.
So then we end up there.
How late were you out?
Oh, man. I think we were only out until 12. We got there. We got down there at 2 in the afternoon and kind of just walking around.
2 to 12?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And then
This was on Sunday or Monday?
No. Saturday.
Okay. And I knocked on his door this morning and woke him up. I think he just woke up from this.
I mean,
Like
I
4 days later.
am recovering. I am recovering because I was supposed to be gone this whole week in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And I still want to go. Like I was gonna fly down. I was like, no, I can't because I'm just not feeling that good. And I was like, okay, I'll drive down, and I'm still not feeling 100%.
What's supposed to be in Arizona?
My other brother's down there.
Oh, okay.
I usually make a trip down there. I spend the whole week, but I'm not going to be able to, and I feel really bad.
Yeah.
But
You don't want to go down there after
I got
we
to
record?
take care of. I got to,
You don't want to go down there after we record?
That was the thought. That was the thought, but I don't know. I'm still not feeling.
Arizona's not a short drive. If you're talking about like
Right.
Phoenix or
It's Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Yeah, like the flight is like an hour.
Yeah.
But they only have flights like Sunday and Friday.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you miss that Sunday flight coming back, you don't get to come home until Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Unless you go on a different airline or something.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing, and I don't want to be like going there and not being able to really enjoy myself by like, oh, okay, because I got my nieces and stuff, and I don't want them to see old decrepit
Yeah.
Uncle Marlon just.
They don't want
just sitting
you don't
there.
want them to see what I see. Yeah. They want the uncle's supposed to be fun and exciting, and you're a big dude, so they want to be climbing on you and jumping and chasing them around, and
Yeah.
he lets it all hang out with me.
I just every time I think about old and decrepit, I just think of Mum Ra, the ever living. Oh man, that's a Thundercat reference for all you young cats out there. But yeah, so I don't know.
What's the moral of the story? Just don't get old somehow, or
The moral of the story:
getting old isn't as fun as it was when we were younger. That's for sure.
I mean, after you reach a certain part, it's or a certain age, and and the other moral of the story is just always take care of your body. Just take care of your body when you're hurting. Make sure you get to add the proper amount of rest, or you go see somebody and get it taken care of, because the longer you go, you have no idea how much I want to punch Sears in the face for unloading trucks and stuff and coming to work hurt and doing all that stuff, all that physical stuff.
Thank you, Sears, for doing something that we signed up for. You made us do that. I was, because when we were doing that, it was.
You were just complaining about them not saying anything about your back.
I know, but I actually, like, my personality, I love unloading. I love the physicality of unloading. And I love organizing. But I can't do it because my back hurts.
That's all I am.
That's not exactly.
I love organizing.
Oh man, my band's still texting me.
Yeah, that picture is great. You want to see the picture?
Dude, what? Somebody in my fantasy football league. I'm sorry. You were saying
72entertainmentgroup.com. Check it out.
somebody in my fantasy football team scored 55 points and still won. That's incredible. That if you know fantasy football, that's not very much.
How many teams are in your league?
I'm just pulling it up right now, but I think there's 10.
Okay, yeah, we have 12. We have 10 as well.
Oh, you do? How's your team doing?
That team's terrible.
Really? I think right now I am 4-1.
I am 1-4.
Are you serious? Who's your quarterback?
Joe Burrows.
Okay. Well, honestly though, I think he's going to start coming back.
And I didn't start him last week.
Really?
I had him, Brock Purdy. They both were trash. So
No, Purdy threw 3 touchdowns.
He was sitting on the bench. And
Wait, who'd you start?
J. Dobbs. Exactly.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
J. Dobbs was making points. He was consistently making points.
You started J. Dobbs over Burrow and Purdy?
And he was rated higher than them. He was projected higher. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So you have... That's a fake laugh.
No, I'm joking. My water.
That's what you get. Karma.
Oh my gosh.
So he was projected to do 18.3. They were 16.3 and then 17.
So what they end up with?
Oh, they ended up way higher than that. And what did he end up with? Way lower. But the thing is, the history behind it and the matchups.
Dude.
I was like, all right, cool. He was consistently getting over 20. And I'm like, all right, cool. That makes sense. And then I'm like, we'll go from there. But no.
All right, help me out this week.
They try to do the matchups.
Help me out. Here we go.
I'm the worst. Yeah.
Well, I have Tua and I have Mahomes, and Tua's playing Carolina, who is terrible, and Mahomes is playing Denver, who is terrible, and they're both at home. Right now, I have Tua starting because he's been very consistent, and Mahomes has been less than stellar. I mean, he's been fine, but he hasn't been fantastic, like blowing up worlds like he was. I think I'm going to keep Tua as the starter because he's just been solid, and they're playing Carolina.
I think that's a safe bet.
Man, the guy I'm playing, though, has some good players. Man, he's got Allen against the Giants. Man, the Giants are trash.
I think that's a safe bet. I mean, I don't know. I think fantasy football is just a fantasy, and I am obviously living a nightmare.
Oh.
Just give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
I thought you were going to do something scary.
No. No.
Do you have that programmed in? That's pretty cool now. It's there.
It's
What other sound effects do you have?
I don't have that's
Okay.
so
You should be using that all the time for me, though.
no. So the reason why I have a different, we're in the process of upgrading the studio, as you can tell. So
We're in like a 1,600 square foot studio, upstairs, downstairs, pools upstairs and downstairs with the slide. He's actually upstairs at the current moment. I'm downstairs. I am lounging.
making a sandwich.
I am lounging. Yeah, I'm in the pool eating a sandwich. There goes the butler. He's bringing us some snacks.
So we're trying to upgrade. We're trying to make some improvements here and make some investments. So one of the investments I'm going to be making is
Getting a new co-host.
No, it's making sure that you watch Bugsy Malone. So,
Dude, that looked really good. It had my attention.
Yeah,
for 50 minutes.
Yeah, obviously.
I wasn't hoping that my time ran out at all.
You were. I know you were. I don't understand why you couldn't just finish the film.
Because you have 48 hours.
I mean, you weren't so engrossed.
I was not.
And with this film.
I wasn't. I thought it was an interesting premise, but it was not grabbing me. Not in the slightest. It was like, what's the opposite of pulling me in? Pushing me away. It was doing that. Yeah. I don't know. I was like, they're shooting pie cream out of guns.
Hilarious.
And I just thought it was like, I wanted to see actual people paying instead of, we're going to sneak up to him in the barber chair and shoot him with pie. It's like, that's not retribution.
You want to see kids murder each other? Lord of the Flies style?
Okay, yes.
Like, what?
Yeah, let's do that.
No, but what about the singer? It's the one guy.
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't, what did they say? Tickling my fancy.
Wasn't your cup of tea.
It wasn't, not so far. And if I'm able to pirate it somewhere, then I will finish it.
No. I'm going to.
You're going to contribute the $4?
I wanna contribute the
okay,
$4.
yeah, good. Okay, then send it over.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants to contribute to the John Watch the Bugsy Malone, I use my real name.
You sure did.
To embarrassed watching Bugsy Malone, I have Venmo, Zelle, PayPal.
We will have a Patreon.
A Patreon, yeah.
Eventually.
We need to figure out how to Twitch stream.
So right now, so let's go over all of the ways that are soon to be
Adoring fans. Succulent fans.
Can reach us. So you got 72 Entertainment Group or is it just at 72 Group on X, Twitter, whatever that thing is now. There is.
You can just look up All the Bacon and Eggs on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, that. And you have 72 Entertainment Group on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And you have 72.
What's the website?
ENTgroup.com.
Yeah.
You can check us out there. And also coming soon is the Patreon.
Wait. Is there a drum roll?
No.
Dang it.
No. Oh, also All the Bacon and Eggs on Discord.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That we don't know how to use.
We have no idea how to use this.
Nope.
It is famously it's getting to a point where it's just laughable.
Yeah.
So, interact with us. We talked about the 80s tournament last week. We want to do interactions. We want to have fun with it. So, it'd be great if we could do that.
Yeah. I need those TPS. It sounded like you were saying the TPS reports.
I just...
Right. Oh, we both coughed at the same time or something.
Mine was a belch.
You look like you almost threw up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean...
Can you try to be professional?
I'm trying.
I'm over here, the spitting image of professionalism.
Oh man, the incarnation. Yes. I don't know if the next thing. Okay, so this is what's going to happen.
Here we go.
You're going to finish watching Bugsy Malone, but then we talked about a movie earlier that we should watch.
Ballerina.
No.
On Netflix.
No, you always suggest the movies, and when I suggest a movie, you don't watch it. Or it takes you weeks and weeks, and I have to somehow now pay for you to watch it.
Well,
that's not going to be.
You have a little bit more free time, though. Sometimes it seems.
No.
My window for watching movies is when I'm donating plasma, or from 8 to 8:30 at night.
No.
That's my window.
I don't have free time, but I made the time to watch.
What was that time? Was that free time or not free time?
I made the time to watch. I got off work, and I had to go sit there and watch a dumb movie called Greenland.
Where do you work at?
Oh, I tried to get him. Yeah. I'm not doing that again. You don't really want to piss me off, but you're gonna do that. So, I work at the Leo Pope Studios. So,
Greenland was better than Bugsy Malone.
no, I forgot the name of the movie now.
What movie were we supposed to watch?
I don't know.
I watched the Twisted Metal series. Did you watch it?
No desire to watch that.
Oh, if you go in just thinking it's a B movie, then it's pretty good.
You know, the producer was my engineer. He was working on it, or he told me about it.
Your producer worked on that show?
No. He was telling me about it. So
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
when he was over here, we were over here working on.
Alex Bodiger.
Well, he's my sound engineer, collaborator, all that good stuff.
So what movie were you supposed to watch?
I don't remember. I just got into a fit of rage, and now I don't remember what I wanted to see.
Is it NBA 2K?
No.
Okay.
But I have the new one, and I have not opened it because I don't have time. I just got it because of Kobe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you have no free time?
And I don't. It's still sitting in the package, not even open. The package hasn't even been open. I just know it was delivered because I got a notification.
What do you play on? You play on PlayStation?
I don't play on anything now.
But if you had a PlayStation, Xbox?
If I were to play on anything, it would be the PlayStation.
Okay.
So I was going to get this because I enjoy a game called Mass Effect. And there's a new game that's out that's kind of similar, Starfield or something like that.
Star Fox.
Whatever it's called. I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I really want to play Mass Effect or a game like that where I could do stuff and cool stuff in space and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't have time.
Is that game scary?
I don't have time. I don't ever played it.
Oh, you never played it.
No. I don't have time. I was like, and now I have to get the game, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I had to get a different Xbox to play it. I'm like, I'm not.
It's too much.
It's just too.
Yeah.
And I just don't have time to be playing games. So I'm still in the studio working. I'm still, trying to enhance the product here. I got.
Well, that's where I need you. I can't be having you playing games and watching movies 24/7. I need you right here.
I got to work on a marketing campaign.
Right.
I got to contact important people and try to get things going.
Diddy.
And
dude, did you hear that?
What?
That they're finding stuff out that maybe I'm not going to say any names, but a certain person who sang a Police song in honor of his friend.
Yeah, P. Diddy
may have put the hit out for him.
Sean Combs may have put the hit out for
Biggie.
They said the same thing about Suge Knight did to Tupac.
I know. Well, now I'm just saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's rumors, speculation, all that stuff.
It's true.
It's all the same stuff, man.
I don't know, man.
Look.
They just caught that guy.
This is my whole thing. Always has been, to the victors go the spoils, right? If you are the winner, you get to tell the story. You get to tell the story, and you can do whatever you want with your opponents, with your opponents, whatever. Back in the day, it was a whole bunch of different stuff that was going on, but yeah. You do whatever you want. You tell the story because in 100 years,
nobody will care.
Nobody will care,
right?
Except for the one that's been told the most, and that's usually the victor, right?
They get the spoils.
So me and my late friend Dave, we would talk about we had a good conversation one day about the victors go the spoils. He was the smartest person that I have known, and we sat there and we talked about it, and we went all the way to the biblical times and things like that and how it worked. And I just had a question. And, and I'll ask you this, and, we can go from there. But how do we know, knowing what we know now about people and how people ruled and how they thought and what their thought process were, what is it that we know in the actual all the stories that are in the Bible? How do we know
How do we know they're true?
that they are what they are?
How do they know they are what they are?
How do we know though they are what they are?
Well, all of a sudden we're getting really deep, and to answer that question, I will talk to you next time. How do we know what they are? I mean,
No, I mean, and it doesn't need.
No,
we
no,
don't need
I
to
mean,
go. We
so-
don't need
so-
to go too deep into it. It's just that was the
Yeah.
question that I asked him.
Right.
Right. And my thought process is like, look, if you are now in charge,
yeah.
what is the first thing you do? You discredit your opponents.
depending on who you are.
You discredit your opponents.
I mean-
obviously they're your opponents for a reason.
Right.
Right? So my whole thing is like, and I'm not breaking down or not trying to say, blah, blah, blah. I am just asking a question based off of what the history has been. And, what has always been told, because I like to think about these questions, and I think they're interesting to me. It is and sometimes it is tough, and it's not in a way to offend, but I'm just a curious nature.
You should be asking questions, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that it's always, it's just important for me not having or wanting to be, create the same mistakes as predecessors or go into that same thing, or not wanting to, just, how could I put it? Not wanting to be as ignorant as some people are and blindly go into certain situations just because.
Yeah.
There are people, and then there's a person.
Right.
People are a lot less intelligent than a person.
People just follow people. Yeah.
And then that's the thing is that, when we talk about all of these things and, and nobody needs to know, I mean, that regardless of how I feel, I always have a Bible in my back pocket with me everywhere I go. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a religious person, more spiritual than anything, but there's a difference in some of the things, and when you look at it and when you break it down, and I'm not doing a whole thing, that could be a whole different series that I have no desire doing. But it's just, I just posed the question because it's always funny to me. It's like, well, this is this and that, and then when you think about the history, and who's to say the history that is what that history is correct, but you could kind of piece it together
Right.
as you move on.
So I'm not into getting to a whole biblical discussion, but I will quickly break down very
ahead.
quickly, because I know we're getting to the end.
Yeah.
The Bible is the only book that has prophecy that has been 100% correct. So everything that is predicted, everything that's said has come true and is being fulfilled. And it's the only book that has ever done that. The other thing too is that with the archaeological evidence, they keep finding stuff that points back to the Bible being true. Like for a long time, Pontius Pilate, who sent Jesus to the cross, they didn't find anything. There was no record of him ever. And then they finally found, like 10 or so years ago, like some writings that had his name on it, showing that he was actually a real person back in those days. The same thing with a lot of different Bible stories, where people are like, "Oh, this isn't true." Well, they keep finding stuff that backs it that it is true. Now, I'm not saying like, "Oh, like you can look at like a story of Job or like homeboy that gets eaten by the big fish, Jonah and the whale, and say like, "Oh, those were stories. I don't know if they're actually true." I don't know. Like for me, I'm just like I'm not a religious person. I'm somebody that declares that I have a relationship with Christ, and I'm going to learn from those stories. But as far as to answer that first question that you had, like I've done the research onto like the archaeological evidence and then the prophecy, and the prophecy is really the big thing for me. It's like, hey, this was written hundreds and hundreds of years before this happened, and then it came true. This was written 1,000 years before this happened, and it came true. And then you see stuff that's happening even to this day, and it's like, well, no other book has ever said that. And so people are like, well, how come you're not like Muslim or Jewish or this, that, and the other? And I'm like, I've looked into everything. I've looked at, not into every single religion, but I've looked into every major religion that there is, and that's my conclusiveness. And plus, when you really want to have a relationship with Christ, there's just something that like clicked in my brain that was like, I see the world different. It's almost like when Neo wakes up and he's in the real world. Like, I see the world so much differently than I did before. Mm-hmm. So that's my 4-minute spiel.
Okay, it wasn't quite 4 minutes, but anyway.
30 seconds.
Okay, whatever. I appreciate you saying that because it's important to know. I mean, because before...
People should be always asking questions. People should be always challenging authority. People should always be challenging, like, my family's Catholic, and I challenge the Catholics on a lot of different things. They don't like it. We don't have a great relationship with my family right now because I challenge, like, you shouldn't just be following what the Pope says. Like, that shouldn't be the person that you're just blindly following. You shouldn't be just following what the priest says. You shouldn't be following what the pastor says. You should be following what the Bible says. And that's my whole outtake. And so, like, that's the same thing with, like, leaders. It's like you have the right who takes everything that Trump says as gospel. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing you can possibly do. Mm-hmm. This guy isn't a savior. He's not a saint. My goodness, he's probably not even a Republican. He's probably just a Democrat who knows how to work the system.
Yes.
And then you have Biden, and you have the left, who is like, just as crazy as the far right. It's like we need to be questioning these people and not just saying, oh, this is what I believe. I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to devour everything the left has to say. I'm going to devour everything the right has to say. We need to be questioning everything and anything, not just taking it.
Exactly, and I completely agree with you on that. It's the only way is true compromise, and instead of that's happening, we have so much that are putting us against each other,
right?
Forcing us to be like, hey, you like this, I like this, we can't like each other,
right?
And that's so much stuff on a different level now. And that goes into this last little piece. This goes into that, and this is mostly a comedy show, but sometimes it's random. So deal with it.
We don't plan much.
So just deal with it. So it is humorous in this. So it was a thing that happened over in the Middle East, and I'm not going to talk about any of the stuff because I'm not well versed in this particular matter. Now, being said, I do have certain sympathies.
Yeah.
But I do have friends and family. I have family who this resonates with a lot more.
Okay.
So I want to make that clear.
Sorry.
When you are on social media and you're talking to you're doing your thing on social media, whatever you do on social media, okay, taking pictures of your food every 5 seconds,
my feet, mostly my feet,
whatever you doing on social media, and then when a new hot topic comes up, just you want to start putting your 2 cents in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I get it, but what are you really doing it for?
Yeah.
And then what is it that you have you contributed before? Have you made yourself be known about this? So it's interesting to me. And, you know, I have somebody here. I'm gonna read a tweet or a social media post that a friend of mine posted, and I was just like, you know what? It gets to the point, and I get it. Sorry.
That face he made wasn't the tweet. But no, I get what you're saying, man.
And no, the face I made was not the tweet. So,
but the tweet is.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
Survey says.
Okay. And what did he posted? I get a good laugh. How people post about politics and situation they have zero in capital ties to. All of a sudden, they're experts because they watch CNN or Fox.
Right.
But couldn't point out Arkansas on a map. You know,
CNN and Fox are the worst places you can go to get your news.
and then it's just like, and then it's a picture of a guy. I'm done being an expert on the Ukraine war. Now I'm an expert on the Israel and Palestine war.
Right. Yep.
And it's just like, okay.
Yeah. I think that you can have some thoughts on how the U.S. handles certain situations. You know, I mean, like, because that's you know, who should we be aiding? Who should we be sending money to? Who should we be sending weapons?
But do we really have, like, when you say that, who should we be aiding? And
Right.
How do we know?
Oh, I think it should be hardly anybody. We should not be aiding it because those weapons end up just biting us in the butt every time.
Every time.
It's like we're giving Osama bin Laden weapons and then he's using them against us. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And again, to the victors go the spoils. And when every empire
Yeah.
in the history
And we'll be the victors.
and in the history has found some way to
I mean,
fall.
me and you.
I know.
Not America.
I know what you meant. Yeah. I was with you.
And you'll be King Leopold.
Yes, and it will be.
No, this
will be interesting.
This conflict's going to be very interesting how it plays out, and you know, sort of scary, but I don't know, man. Like I'm praying heavily, like we can just figure out some sort of way to come to a resolution. And unfortunately, I think both sides just hate each other so much. It sucks. Like you shouldn't just automatically hate somebody because of what you've been told about them. You know?
Yeah.
So
no, it's to the point where, you know, if you can't see through that, like you said, the Matrix, and I'm not saying that I obviously don't see it the same way, but I do understand the sentiment because I do see things differently. And I'm not saying that it's in a better way or whatever, but it's just like you see it for what it is.
yeah,
And you understand certain things, and that's why it's never just you look at it at face value. It's always with me, my whole, like, you see somebody do something, or they cut you off, and it's like, I can go all into my head,
yeah,
all of the reasons why they think that's okay. What happened in their life? What must have caused them
Yeah.
to get there? And it's just, and then I'm like, okay, you know, it's certain things that I don't know. It's weird when I say it out loud, but and I really can't explain it. But I'm not a person that always gets angry over what people are doing or anything like that.
unless it's last week's podcast.
True. True. I don't. What I do when something that is not, especially the one that's not pertaining to me, if it's pertaining to me, and people like accuse me of stuff that I didn't do, I'm not doing, I get upset about that because I would think that you should know me and know that I wouldn't do anything that you're accusing me of. But when you're personally attacking me, then it's an issue.
Right.
But other than that, it's different. It's different when, but I also understand that maybe it's not directed at me. It's just that, like, people that I deal with at work and stuff like that, it's a lot of times they're angry, but not at me.
You're just caught in the crosshair.
It's kind of you're just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and even with colleagues, you're not angry at me. It's what's going on in their lives.
Right. Exactly.
That's making it this way.
Yeah.
And I understand and I get that. And for the most part, it's just, hey, like, hey, if I'm there, if you need something, just, we want to talk, let me know. I'm here. We're good. And not a lot of people are willing to do that because it takes too much time.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to really stop and start thinking, what is that person going through in their life?
Exactly.
I know we want to end. Can I tell this quick story?
Oh, I mean, I'm not pressed for time. Go ahead.
So I'll tell you a story recently where I didn't do a great job of stopping and thinking. We were having a meeting at church.
Okay.
Done with church. My little brother, who's 13, says, "Hey, I'm going to go into the courtyard. It's like right next to the church. There's like a courtyard. We share a space with like a bunch of other buildings, like a dry cleaner, a dentist, like a bunch of other stuff."
Okay.
So he's like, "I'm going to go out to the courtyard and just hang out until you guys are done." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we get done. I open the door to our church. Literally standing right there is a man I've never seen before. He's probably like 6'3", and he's immediately in my face, and he's yelling, "Who's this kid? Who is this kid? Where's his parents?" And I just say, I'm like, "What kid?" And he points to my little brother, and he's like, "He was over there peeing in the courtyard." And I was like, I looked at him dead in the face. I was like, "There's no way, 0 chance he was peeing in the courtyard. I've hung out with this dude for 13 years straight. No way." I said, me at 13, probably pooping in the courtyard, but not this dude. And then he started screaming at me. And at that point, I had a decision, and I wasn't screaming, but I escalated it too much. At that point, I should have just said, "Hey, like, show me where the pee is. Let's go over there and investigate this. Like, dude, like, I'm sorry you thought this, or whatever." But we just kind of went back and forth, and the pastor of the church had to like stand between us. And at one point, the guy was like, "Are you calling me a liar? Take off your glasses and call me a liar and look me in the eye." And like, I took my glasses off and got real close to his face, and I just said, "You're a liar." And like, thinking back, I was like, man, like, I didn't handle that well, like, and now that you're talking about it, I'm like, I wonder what this dude, what was happening, in this guy's life, or like maybe he was working or something, and something fell through. See, it is your phone. Something fell through, and he's just having a really bad day.
You don't want about fantasy.
Yeah, and so like, it was a good learning experience for me, because now going forward, it's like I got to put myself in his shoes and just be like, hey, I can't match. We shouldn't be matching each other's intensity. We shouldn't be yelling at each other. I shouldn't be matching his yells with my yells, because that doesn't do anything.
No.
So next time it's like, I got to go out there and just be like super calm and just be like, hey, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's work it out, because it didn't help.
It's always been, and you're right, matching the energy, and when it's negative, it's rough and it's tough. And so my whole thought process of dealing with that is like, look, I've always wanted to get to the root cause, and you can't. And that's why I'm perpetually upset and frustrated, because I can never get to the root cause with a stranger. Somebody that I know, I'll be able to kind of and get and kind of figure out where it is, what's going on. Like, okay, this just happened to them, so, and I kind of put it together. With a stranger, you have no idea. You have no idea what's going on. Right. Immediately, it's like, oh, he's on drugs. You know what I mean? It's
I thought he was homeless, man. I really thought he was like homeless and like harassing my little brother, and that's why I kind of flew off too far. But
yeah, and when I got out of that story is that you wear glasses?
no, like sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I got these beautiful blue eyes, man. They're delicate in the sun. They are delicate.
I don't know about that.
It hurts. The sun hurts, man.
The sun hurts, but you're absolutely right. And when I was younger, I was brought up in the Kingdom Hall,
Okay.
and I did not. The only thing I know about the Kingdom Hall was time to get dressed up in a suit and go to sleep.
Right.
So I had it was nothing, right? And when I got to be something, I was 16, yeah, and we would go to Bible study during the summer. It was like 3 weeks or whatever. And at the end, I was like, you know what, this feels comfortable, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and get baptized.
Okay.
And it was cool, and I did, and I'm not saying I had an awakening or anything like that, but it was different, and it was still a lot of work in progress because this happened before I even graduated high school, and going through college and stuff like that. It's just still ways of kind of finding out who you are, and you're still trying to find out who you are, and I'm still trying to find out.
I'm trying to find out who you are.
But as I got older, and you start going through things, and things start happening to you because of your own hubris, and because you're thinking that you are above, and it doesn't work that way. And for me, it just has always been the whole thing about just staying humble and being honest with myself and to the people that I care about. Yeah. And I don't waste time talking to people who don't care. Now, it's always something out there that's going to try to drag you down or make you, when you're feeling good, because there is no good without bad, and vice versa. It's how you balance it, and it's how you deal with it is what makes you the person that you're going to be. And nobody's perfect and all that good stuff and all the cliches, but still have fun, enjoy, do what you feel is right, and learn.
Except for kill people.
What you feel is right.
Yeah,
don't. I mean, that's. Yeah. I mean,
And don't walk on the strip from 2 to midnight. It's a lot. Especially if you're in your late 40s.
And you're already hurt. And I hurt myself even more. I hurt my foot stepping on something. So the bottom of my foot, and that's the worst part.
It's tender.
I felt like I
can massage it.
Oh, please, no.
No, just let me know. I'm here for you, buddy.
No, I know. I appreciate it.
I'm hungry.
But yeah, you know what?
I'm really hungry.
I don't care if you're hungry.
I'm so hungry.
I don't care. We're gonna keep talking.
I can't.
You're gonna like it.
My stomach hurts. My tummy.
My tummy hurts. My tummy.
Dude. I was giving plasma, and my belly was growling so hard.
Why are you not eating?
Well, I did. I had something. What did I eat? I don't know. I had like a Nutter Butter when I got home. That's what I've eaten today.
A Nutter Butter?
Yeah, Nutter Butter wafers. Have you ever had those? What the? I didn't have any duck. You ever had a Nutter Butter wafer? They come in like
not the wafers.
The red rectangular pack.
Yeah, not
They're
the wafers.
delicious. Delicious.
The regular Nutter Butters I used to enjoy. That's another thing that all the stuff that we could talk about next time. I'll put that in the notes.
Yeah, note me. Note me, and then I won't read it. Oh, here he goes. Look, he's going to get mad. Hopefully he can't hear me right now.
Oh, I can hear you.
I don't think he can hear me.
So yeah, we
talk about sweets.
We're talking about, because it was a hostess a hostess thing, and I want to talk about that.
Okay.
But and then we could talk about all the other delicious sweets and treats that happen. Ooh, oh my, and all of the high fructose corn syrup confections that happen and are going on out here that are killing us
And chemtrails.
and killing us.
And we're gonna
slowly.
sing. We're gonna sing next episode.
It's gonna be a musical episode. We're gonna write it. We're gonna do it Hamilton style.
Yeah.
We're gonna just do some rapping.
Oh, easy.
Just-
Easy. I watched at least 30 minutes of that, and it was easy.
You didn't watch the whole thing,
Dude, I couldn't. It was way too long, and I fell asleep.
Man, I don't know what I watched it. I thought it was okay.
I mean, it was just, I don't know.
I thought it was okay.
I'm not
It
a
was
big
lot.
musical fan to begin with.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
as soon as my wife says musical, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
You just kind of get and like, oh boy.
yeah. I mean, real quick before we go.
Yeah.
My mom used to like to go to these shows back in when we were from in LA, and I think it was at the Will Turn Theater.
Okay.
And it was I cannot think of the name of the play, but there was Shamar Moore was in it. He's an actor. He's on, I think he's now on SWAT. And it was it's typical play about when you. It was a typical black play where you don't know what that means, but it's just like they
There's
got
like
to struggle.
barbershops and stuff?
No. They got to struggle. I was going to explain it before you said something dumb. So at least I was trying to, and you did yourself anyway. So it's about drugs, and then they struggle, and then they find the
Jail?
Lord, and,
Oh, okay.
and all that stuff, right? And I'll never forget. It was me and my late brother, young Barrett. We were there, and he had never been to LA before, and he was all, he was cool. And my mom took us to see this play. We went to dinner. It was great. But my mom really, really likes these types of theaters and these type of plays.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my, I want to be anywhere but that place.
Yeah.
But that place. And see, that's what I was talking about as far as, getting, as you mature and you get older. Now, years later, I still have one of those songs stuck in my head.
Really?
First and foremost, I now also have an appreciation for her taking me to see that kind of stuff, to kind of give me a little bit more culture, because not just TV is not this is that, and also I had no desire to wait for these cast members to come out. She somehow figured out where they come out, and we were waiting there to get autographs and take pictures. And so, of course, she's waiting for the star of the show, who's Shamar Moore. And I am, at this point, I'm seething. Some brother's okay. He doesn't care. That's all new to him. He doesn't care. And Shamar Moore is the last one that comes out.
Of course, yeah.
And he took forever. As soon as he sees us, he gives us a big hand, like a big handshake, brings it in for the bro hug.
Ooh.
Thanks for bringing moms out to the play. I really appreciate the support. All that stuff. He does that to my brother. He gives my mom a big hug and takes a picture. The nicest guy. Mm-hmm. The nicest person.
He won you over?
Won me over completely. Shamar Moore can do no wrong to me. And I'm thinking about that. I'm like, you know what? That's me being humble and being able to admit that. Now I wouldn't be able to do that before. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
I would have never experienced that.
So he like kind of humbled you.
No. Okay, that's weird.
Well,
That
no,
when
I
you
mean,
say it
like-
like that, the experience.
Well, you weren't humble. Yeah, I mean, he was the experience. Though.
The experience in that respect kind of put like a little bit of a light that wasn't there and before, and then you start to see things like, okay, well, not saying that you do things like sometimes if it's bad, but this was just this on a different level, and it just kind of made me think that what a good experience, what a good time, and then all of that in a positive light. Even though I didn't really care for it, and you know, and the it was a musical play, and I can still remember one song, but I can't remember anything else.
How do black people always know like how to dap each other up so well? Is it like practice, or is it just like you're born that way? Because let me
tell you,
white people suck at it.
All right, okay, so I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Okay, wait, we should whisper it.